And Dukes, SGA said not so fast, but for he put that thing on the Lakers.
Put that thing on me. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. SGA.
So everybody been thinking, man, they fine without LeBron. No, might need him.
Yeah, they're gonna need LeBron, dog. Like LeBron's still 23, 8-7.
That's
I
about
think
right.
I think he's good for that this year. 23, 8-7. Yeah, you can't just turn that away at all. And you can, and maybe he can facilitate and turn Luka into more of a scoring guard, right? Even though he scores, but he's kind of like the do it all. So he can maybe take some of that pressure off of Luka and help defensively. But yeah, I
LeBron
think
defense.
for sure, LeBron. I mean, one, he could quarterback. Two, he's still a great help defender. And I don't know now. And think about this, bro. When you say LeBron defense in the tone that you said it in, right?
Mm-hmm. It's questionable tone. Accent. Yeah.
Right, for sure. So in this NBA, would you not say that he's better than the majority of defenders? Would you say he's a 51%, or would you say he's in the 49% in defense in the NBA?
Oh,
Of
he's
course.
he's
Just
in the upper.
yeah. Of course. Just
Huh?
but it's
Athleticism,
just
No,
athleticism alone puts him in the upper.
yeah, Chico.
right.
I'm asking Chico. Would
But
you say?
it's
I just asked one question, Chico. Would you say he's at a 51 or the
of
49? I
course.
never got to get your answer. I'm just asking.
I agree with Unc. He answered before me, and I agree with him. I said, of course, and I was going to say exactly what he said too. Off of athletic ability alone, of course. But it's also uphill with him. He decides when he wants to turn it on and play defense, and when he does that, he's one of the best. But when he's not playing defense, he's in that 49%.
All right,
It's like he
let me
has to
ask you
turn on
this:
that switch.
is that switch? So his switch being off, would you still say in the top in the Lakers starting five? Where would you rank him as far as defenders? Or the five they running out there now?
Which would be Luca. I mean, listen, I'm not taking anything away from LeBron, but it is if you watch him out there, you'll see LeBron lacking on defense sometimes, and help defense especially. You'll see that if you watch the Lakers enough, you would definitely see that. You'd be like, "Damn, bro," but then you
No,
like,
well,
"It's
all I'm
LeBron."
saying is LeBron's defense would help the Lakers. That's all I said.
Could if he comes in with the attitude of
He better than
of
I
Luka.
see.
balling, but
I see where you're going, Dukes, and I'm gonna hop on the train with you. Yes, I've
okay,
seen LeBron take defensive plays off. Yes, I've seen LeBron not give 100% on defense. But I also would say, compared to his teammates, LeBron going 50% hustle still puts him as one of the better defenders in the organization.
That's all
okay,
I'm saying.
yeah.
So
So
Chico, your point is really just LeBron doesn't bring it every time.
right, and I mean, you could say that probably about everybody, but somebody of LeBron's talent, if he could win Defensive Player of the Year if he wanted to. I think is what I'm saying. But overall, will he help the team? Yeah, because he'll come back and, like you say, he'll be leading and quarterback and putting people in the right space, like you see or saw Cameron Silman Craig do for Colorado last season. And then we were talking about how that was missing for the first half of the season. So that's very important, most definitely. But it also is up here in the head. Is he going to come back with that mentality? And I think for the most part, he's been sitting on the sideline figuring out a way that he can come back and incorporate his game into this team, that's been successful for the most part so far. He's sitting over there trying to find out, okay, these guys getting their confidence level up to the max. How can I come in, not disrupt this, not trying to make them play so much around me? We've seen what they've gotten us the last few seasons. Maybe I need to take a different approach at the age of 41 and come in and see how I can fit in with these young guys and enhance their game and enhance this team overall rather than trying to make them play around me. That's what I think he's doing. And if he comes back
So,
with that attitude, I think, yes, they'll be better defensively, offensively, and collectively. Most definitely.
so Chico, as our resident Laker fan, with that in mind, you're now the head coach of the Lakers. You convinced LeBron to come off the bench?
No.
And I'm not look, I'm ball your fists. I'm not suggesting that either. I'm just asking you a couple questions here. Then, with that in mind, offensively, as Deuce articulated, LeBron is still good anywhere from 22 to 28 points a game. When you look at their record without him, whose shots go down?
Well, first
Because
of all,
for him to get his, somebody got to get less.
yeah, first of all, I would run instead of challenging him to come off the bench. I would challenge him to maybe be that Miami LeBron and be that guy, not the first option as the scorer, but kind of like that dunker, kind of like that guy that's in that corner and coming off that pick and roll. Luka could dish it to. He could finish. He could be that more of a finisher rather than a creator or a facilitator on this team. I think if he take that role, and if you're the head coach like JJ Redick, you'll say, I challenge you to get, let's say, 3 more rebounds per game, you know, things of that nature. I challenge you to get a couple of more steals per game. And yes, his shots may go down, but we'll keep the production of everybody else up. And if at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, we need you to take over, that's when you could take over, or we also have the option for Luka to take over. But this doesn't have to come back. He doesn't have to come back, and this need to be the LeBron James show. I don't think so. We don't need him scoring 25 plus, actually. I'll take 21, 22 from LeBron, but give me 8, 9 rebounds. You know, give me those 7, 8 assists. That's what I'll take from him.
So Luka is your primary scorer.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves as your 2.
I'll tell AR, keep doing what you're doing. Stay as aggressive as you've been.
AR averages 28 on the low, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
So and that's why I asked, which Chico didn't answer, whose shots go down?
I just LeBron's shots goes down. That's what I would say.
Okay, so Chico, again, that's mathematically impossible. If you got 5 people out there right now, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's coming off the floor for him to go in.
Yeah, Rui, Vanderbilt.
Okay, wait. All right, so stop right there. That's one name.
The dude,
so in the number of shots that Luka takes per game and the number of shots that AR takes per game, whose shots are going to go down?
Probably, of course, out of those 2, you would probably say we'll take 2 apiece from both of y'all. You know, probably
that's all
evenly. But the most shots will be taken from the other guys rather than those 2. I'll try to tell those 2 stay as aggressive as you are. We're gonna add in LeBron. So a guy like Duke's just named Jake LaRavia or Rui Hachimura or Vanderbilt or even DeAndre Ayton. You know, some of those shots going to go to LeBron now, but also it's going to be more open shots for those guys because LeBron is on the court.
So I got one more question for you, Chico, as our resident Laker fan and expert. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you, son.
Of course, LeBron comes back and Lakers go on a 5-0 run. Hey, great. What are you going to do to adjust if he comes back and you go on an 0-5 run?
That'll be tough to take right there, and then and then you got to ask yourself questions though. You got to see what's going on. I think JJ Redick though has been one of the best coaches the Lakers have had in recent years, and I think he's putting emphasis on defense, the little things, the details. You saw him after a timeout pretty much go crazy because Jackson Hayes didn't rotate properly on defense. You know, so things like that, I think he's holding that team accountable for, and not just standing on the sideline with his arms folded or expecting LeBron James to coach from the sideline. He's doing the coaching, and I think holding this team accountable, bringing back LeBron, he'll find a way to make the adjustments.
Man, Coach Prime had an interesting message this morning in the team meeting, and one of the things he capstoned it with was relationships. And he was talking about how, as an example, certain people can do something that somebody else can't do because of the relationship. Certain people can say something that somebody else can't say because of the relationship, because it's taken differently based on the relationship. And I think all the people who criticized, attacked, or said that JJ Redick as a coach wasn't going to work underestimated his ability to communicate to today's player because of relationships. You know, he can talk to LeBron or anybody on that team a certain way that previous coaches couldn't. Whether that is harassing them or whispering to them and yelling, it doesn't matter what the style is. He has a different relationship with them. So he's afforded the ability to coach them differently than these past coaches. And so I support that, Chico. Then I say, from a coaching standpoint, he's proven he know how to make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason that record is what it is, you know, with arguably the greatest player that ever existed not on the floor, they're still winning.
Right. and
But
the
but I
players
do want
respect
to.
him
What I do
also.
want to see is like, oh, absolutely. But I do want to see, just from again an interesting sports dynamic standpoint, a fly on the wall when he comes back, because that's not the if he is coming back, and it doesn't gel well, it doesn't mesh well. Like that's the adjustment I want to see.
Mm,
I like Laravia. I just kind of caught
me
on to
too.
him. Like Laravia got a cool little game, but he's in that 6'7", 6'8" range too, right? So you got two guys playing forward that are both kind of LeBron's size. Like you got Laravia, pause. Well, you got Laravia and Rui. Rui's an undersized power forward, basically. So I think if you can get to your point, Chico, of having LeBron as a finisher, maybe playing LeBron at the 4 helps, right?
Yeah.
He, 6'8", he's got to be 260 pounds easy by now. When you look at how they play stretch fours these days in the NBA, I think he helps you at that 4 spot, being a stretch 4 kind of point forward at times.
Mhm.
I think he can help you there facilitating because, and I keep saying facilitating because Luka really now he dominates the ball, but he's also good when he's able to set shoot. Now if he could just be a set shooter, both feet square, shoulder square, he can knock it down. So you can get opportunities to kind of get some of that wear and tear off of him. But I will say that he came back. Luka came back in phenomenal shape, and I think right now AR is the leader for the most improved player award in NBA for sure.
I love all
Yeah.
the boosts.
Right now,
Good take.
Luka averaging 35, AR averaging 28, and Jake LaRavia, who came over from Memphis, averaging 11. We needed that shooting. He stretches the floor. He could play that small forward position. I don't think he's not as how you say quick feeted as you would want. Slight of the feet, should I say, as you would want for that small forward. So him and LeBron playing at the same time, they're going to have to figure that out. LeBron will be more of the 4. I wouldn't play LeBron much at the 3 at all this year, just because of his age and what he would have to do on the defensive side of the defensive side of the ball. And I would go with Rui and LeBron, but Rui's going to have to take on more of a defensive responsibility when LeBron is on the court also.
so when
But
you say you would go with Rui, you would put LeBron, you would put Rui at the 3 and
yeah,
LeBron at the
I would
4.
have to go Rui at the 3.
And they gonna
I,
barbecue Rui
I
on the
would.
perimeter.
Hey,
You don't think
who
Rui, you don't think LeBron a better perimeter defender than Rui? Come on,
not
Chico.
consistently, not consistently.
Bro, that man
Not guarding some of these quicker guys out there on the perimeter, not consistently. I'm
from
gonna
the
I'm gonna go
3-point
with
line. Yeah,
Rui,
we
or
talking about
or
closing out at the 3. LeBron,
or I'm gonna go with a
he
smaller
better than
lineup.
both of them, Chico.
Who, LeBron? When he
Yeah,
want to be LeBron, you can say LeBron better than everybody in the league. Whenever he
I'm
want to
talking
be,
about
when he put his
defensively.
mind to it.
I mean, but
When he put his mind to it, listen.
how can
Name the
you?
best
How do
defensive
you?
player in the league.
How can you?
When he put his mind to it, I'm taking LeBron number 1 over all of them. I'm talking about across the board, consistently looking at LeBron each and every day, each and every play. You got some guys who are committed to the defensive side of the ball. Then you have LeBron who's going to pick and choose, which is fine. He LeBron. But if he wanted to be that defensive player of the year, I think he could, But so
But even
with his
him reserve.
age,
Yeah,
I'm going
right.
to
But
put Rui out
even
there
him
at the
preserving
3
him.
first.
But watch this though, Chico. Even him preserving his career by picking his spots defensively is not his 75% better than Rui's 95 on the perimeter.
No,
So you'd rather have somebody trying their hardest, getting beat to death, getting crossed up.
Hey,
You just
hey,
said it right there.
Dukes.
Trying their hardest, getting beat to death, or whether somebody who's not trying their hardest and getting beat. Give me the one that's trying his hardest.
Dukes.
All right.
I can go my absolute hardest. I can give it all I got. Coach Prime with 2 less toes, missing significant flesh from his leg, and got a new bladder will still beat me in the 40.
But he tried hard.
He said, well, he
I
tried
know,
hard.
but I'm just saying, I tried hard though, Chico. I tried hard.
Okay, all right. That same scenario.
Right.
I'm just saying, Chico.
No, let me finish.
Deion Sanders
Let me finish.
60%. Deion Sanders 60% is better than my 100%.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
All right. Right now, you just name all those things that Coach Prime had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me finish. Over the long haul of a season, I'm going to pick Uncle Neely.
As you should. Yeah, I said in the 40.
Okay, in the 40, but what if y'all had to run the 40 each and every day for the rest of the
I'm
season?
attrition. I'm gonna catch up. Yeah,
That's all I'm saying, big dog. Right there, as far as that
hey,
goes. And
that's
same thing
Deuce.
with
That's
LeBron.
Deuce. That's Deuce to make with you. Hit your cousin back. Why you swinging on me? I'm
But
sitting over
look,
here in the corner enjoying my Mickey's Hornet, and y'all, you want to draw me in.
hey, look, at the same time, though, Dukes, to your
Cause you know
point,
Duke's known to fight at the cookout, so you don't want to go too far
right,
with him.
right. Hey, so look, to
Man,
your
don't put
point,
that
though,
on me,
Duke,
man.
to your point, Dukes, now, though, the Lakers have a little bit of more versatility by adding Marcus Smart.
Right.
You can go a bit smaller now, add Smart at that point, and slide the other guys over. Slide Luka to the 2, slide
I
AR
forgot
to the
about
3.
Marcus Smart.
Right. And then you keep LeBron at the 4. Now, your issue with LeBron playing on the perimeter, or my issue with LeBron playing on the perimeter, should be solved. He got a younger
But who the
Austin
3?
Reeves there.
Oh, Reeves at the
Austin
3,
Reeves,
right?
yeah, Austin Reeves will
But
have to be the 3.
Chico, I will say this to you, man.
Man, Reeves ain't good playing defense either, bro.
And
Yeah.
this is gonna become an
That's
ego
the
thing
Lakers'
now.
problem, though, dude.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron probably the best out of them, bro.
Hold up, Chico. Let me like you said to me. Let me
Go ahead.
finish.
Go ahead.
Here's the challenge though, and this is with winning or losing. This is with it working or not working. Because ego is a mofo. We all got one. Everything that is needed for LeBron to play another 3 years is right there with the Lakers now. If he diminishes his minutes on the floor. So like when I asked you earlier about like who gonna diminish their shots or who gonna do this, who gonna yield to him, like whether it ain't even gotta be coming off the bench. Like he can start. But if he's no longer playing all those demanding minutes, I think you can get him 100% defense, 100% offense when the minutes he's out there doing, because he ain't playing 40 of them no more. He ain't
I
playing
love it.
38 of them no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
I
the
love
minute, now
that.
we know him, we don't know him in person, but we know him. The minute he's sitting and we have a differential deficiency of say 8 to 10 points when he's not in the game, oh, he's gonna go back playing 40 minutes. And what you're speaking to earlier is that could actually hurt the team more than it helps it.
Right. Because the team already has somewhat of a chemistry being built right now
Oh,
with them
absolutely.
being on the sideline. And that's a good thing. And that's why I think that he's smart enough that he will realize that, man, I don't need to come back in here and disrupt this. I need to come back in and try to add to this. That's what I think. And
Especially April, May, and June, which that means I'm not saying coast. That means watch your minutes February and March. Like there's no need, if the talent that's on this team right now, there's no need for him to be playing 30, 35 minutes a game in January.
right. And I think he realizes this at this point in his career. He has a coach he respects now, a coach that's going to be making those changes and that can, captain and be the, what do you call it, the captain of the ship, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Or keep it
But
simple like
but
that.
again, Dukes is like Chico, like we really
Yeah.
saying the same thing. It's just like the Coach Prime example. He gets me in the 40 because it's just a 40. He doesn't get me in the 5K because it's a 5K. And so, like, if you do LeBron the same way, like if you manage his minutes, he has 100% in him offensively and defensively when it's
Yeah.
just for 15 or 20 minutes. When it's for 38 minutes, that's when you see him standing with his hands on his hips.
And that's that conversation that could be had by the head coach who he respects, and that can challenge him and say, hey, I don't need you for 40, 38, 32 minutes. I need you for this many minutes and going 100%. That's going to relate to 20 points a game, 9 rebounds, and do your thing on the assist. Give me 2 steals. And that's great for you.
But you know who the most important person on this team is in by next April for the playoffs? DeAndre Ayton. That's him. That's where they kill the paint defense last year. Kill the Lakers. That's who's going to be important. But to have somebody who can contend, you don't have to stop Joker. You don't have to stop. I mean, you can't let Rudy Gobert get off on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like DeAndre.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like you just can't let that happen. So I think somebody just to kind of stop all those lobs, stop being able, like, because right now the NBA ain't nothing but 3-pointers and alley-oops. It's not really anybody turning their back to the basket, giving you a real dream shake or a post move. So as long as you got somebody who can really run and jump, what they call a rim runner these days, you find DeAndre Ayton may not be as athletic as he once was, but he still has that pedigree of super long wingspan. And you see that he makes an impact. Now that's somebody who you need to talk about giving they all every time defensively. DeAndre Ayton is I'm just saying, that's somebody. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you talking about a former #1 pick, a 7-footer. What are you averaging right now? 15 and 7. Charles Barkley once said, "How you 7 feet? You don't average 10 rebounds." And that's my thoughts too. How you 7 feet? You don't average 10 rebounds, dog.
Yeah, I'm
challenge
saying
him again.
Right.
Challenge him, dog. Some of these scoring opportunities that's coming to you will be taken away when LeBron come on the floor, and that answers Neely's question also about shots being taken away. And why will it be his opportunities? Because, dog, you can get yours, quote unquote, out the mud. You can get yours from rebound. We don't have to pass you the ball.
Yeah, here's the putbacks.
Yeah, you need to get
he don't have to be involved in the offense whatsoever. Offense,
right.
Rebound, and drop it back in there.
But out of those 7 rebounds, I think only like 2.5 of those are offensive.
See, you got to get better on that. You got to.
And then out of them 2.5,
he
out of them 2.5, he smoked both of the putbacks.
That's your guy.
We're gonna
key
bring
to the
in
Lakers this year. That's him. Marcus Smart's gonna be big, but DeAndre Ayton, that's the one. If you keep him healthy,
bring in. You know how Wemby got with Hakeem Olajuwon. You need to bring in a guy like Charles Oakley for DeAndre Ayton and just get physical, dog. You need to get elbowed a few times and realize it's not gonna hurt you, and you need to do it to somebody else too. Come on, man, you're too big and too strong, and you're a former #1 pick to be out there hit floaters all the time from the free throw line. I don't want to see you shoot no more floaters. Pump fake that thing and drive. Get to the free throw line. Make them foul you. Especially a Rudy Gobert. I can go out there and box out Rudy Gobert right now. And that man go, how you gonna make a face like that? You supposed to be supporting me. Like, you know what, big dog? I believe you can.
I know you can.
All right, just say it again. Say it again.
I know you're backing up on him.
Say it again. Say it again, Chico. I got you this time.
Bro, man. Yo, ain't ish, Ocho.
Say it again, Chico. I'm gonna support you this time.
I got him, y'all.
Who the hell? That's why I said this guy Chico should not be talking basketball. I know what I can talk. You know
First of all,
I got him, y'all.
First of all,
don't worry about it.
No, I got this for Chico. I got this for Chico.
Don't worry about it.
First of all, not only can he talk about what he want to talk about, he played basketball.
Chico can hoop a little bit. Chico, you remember how you told us? How you block with, like how you broke down blocking? You know, you start with the hip thrust. Can you break down how you will box out Rudy Gobert?
Butt to gut.
Butt to gut. I never heard of that term right there, dog. My butt
to gut. You take your booty and you put it in his stomach.
What's the first?
I don't have a booty. How about that?
All right, Chico. How would you box out?
Just like I saw, who was that defending Wemby? It was a shorter defense. Josh Okogie, the defensive stopper. He was defending Rui. Shout out to him. Low and making him go around him, basically just playing from. I'm gonna say it from the waist down. I was just going.
It's butt to gut.
Okay, but playing from there instead of trying to play up here, play up from there and box him out. Just play low, be like a little stump,
elbow wingspan,
box him out. Just
drop
like
that booty and stick it out.
You ever played?
And if you put that Robin in there, you can actually wiggle that booty a little bit too.
You ever played?
And that really make them back up.
This is what got me, and this is what prepared me for a guy like I'm not gonna call the name, but anybody who was a top player who was very tall that I played against.
Marco,
he was
please don't do this like
Marco Killers. He was 6'9". Yeah.
I'm just saying, like anybody I played against that was taller. This is what prepared me for it. It was when I played in the coaches versus student game one time. I was in the 8th grade. I still remember this. And we played against the coaches, and I remember thinking, man, we about to kill these old men. And I tried to box out one of my coaches, and it just felt like he had a bowling ball back there. I was like, this man's strong as hell. I can't box him out at all. Right?
You boxed out your coach. It felt like he had a
And
bowling ball back there.
Meaning that he had that old man strength. I couldn't box him out, right? And that's when I realized it's about boxing out. It's about positioning in basketball to get the rebound, no matter if you're taller or not. And I was taller than this guy, but I couldn't get a rebound because he was
Doing that
boxing out
bowling
correctly.
ball.
hey,
Pause.
Chico,
Dudes like that
I
for real.
You
I
would know where you was gonna win that with Chico. That's my bad, bro. I'm sorry, cuz.
Chico, I too played in the faculty versus students basketball game, right?
That's what it's called.
And it was a big build up to it. I had this white guy teacher. Shout out to Steve Bass. He out there somewhere. Steve Bass, one of the baseball coaches. And this was the era, Chico, where, Public Enemy was on the rise and the Boston Celtics were on the way down. And me and him made a bet that if I scored more than him in the student teacher game, he had to wear my Public Enemy shirt 5 days in a row. And if he scored more than me, I had to wear his Larry Bird jersey to school 5 days in a row. Chico, the end of the game, it was 0-0, me and him. We were fouling the hell out of each other. It got so bad. The principal stopped the game for a second and said, hey, look.
That ain't basketball.
We can't be out here.
Assault one another.
And neither one of us would go under that bet.
Yeah, man.
A Larry Bird jersey in West Jackson 5 days in a row? No.
Yeah, Larry Bird. But yeah, that's why I said Charles Oakley or someone physical is what I'm saying to go with DeAndre Ayton, because just to get that physicalness, up out of him. That's what I think is needed.
I agree with you. That's the key. That's the key.